Hello everyone and welcome back to another day of Math 7. Today we are going to be talking about graphing additive and multiplicative relationships. So we've done this a little bit yet, but we're just going to go full on crash course in how we graph these things. Alright, so how to graph an equation with two variables. So we want to choose at least 4 values for x. We get to choose whatever we want for x, because it is the independent variable, so therefore we can pick whatever we want. I mean, you could do this with just 2 values, but just like money in your bank account, it never hurts to have more. So we're going to be testing 4 for each of our rules today. Then we want to plug in our x values into the rule, and the rule being the equation, so we can figure out what the y values that correspond to those x values are. We want to make a ordered pair. We want to make an ordered pair out of our x and y values. So we want that to look like x comma y. So if we had 1 for x and we plugged it into our value and got 3 for our y value after the equation, then our ordered pair would be 1 comma 3. We've been doing this for about a week or two now, so hopefully this part isn't very confusing. Then we want to graph each ordered pair on our coordinate plane. Then using a ruler or any straight edge, and if you're just drawing quick graphs, then just draw a line. It's really not a big deal. We'd like it to be straight, but if it's not, no big deal. So we want to connect all of our points, extending our line just off the graph. And then we will put arrows on the ends of our line, because the lines just don't stop where the last point is. We could continue picking x's if we kept going. So these lines will actually extend out for forever, but we don't want to draw a forever graph, so we just kind of cut it down to what is convenient for us. Alright, so we are going to practice with a couple of these. So remember, multiplicative relationship have constants of proportionality, and we find that constant by using the ratio y divided by x. So back to that point that we did above, 1 comma 3, then the constant of proportionality for this would be, well, this is our y value, this is our x value. So 3 over 1 would be our proportional constant, which we call m. The constant of proportionality will not equal 0. So if you get 0 then for your constant, then you know something bad happened. Alright, so what we need to do is plug -2 in for x into this equation now. So 0.5 times -2 will give us, well, it's going to be -1. If we plug in 0, we'll get 0. If we plug in 2, we'll get 1. 1/2 times 2 is 1. And then if we plug in 4, we will get 2. So we're going to graph these points now. So we've got -2 comma -1, a point right there, 0, 0, 2 comma 1, and 4 comma 2. So we're going to draw our nice straight line. Now, is this additive or multiplicative? So this we could tell just by looking at the equation, but it never hurts to graph either. So this goes through the origin, so we have a multiplicative relationship. And since it is multiplicative, it is also proportional. Remember, additive relationships will never be proportional. And our constant of proportionality here, well, we could divide out by y divided by x, so let's do that. Let's pick this point here to test out. So our y value was 1, and our x value was 2. So our constant of proportionality is 1/2. We could also look just back at our equation to figure out what that is. So if I look at my equation, whatever I am multiplying by, that's my constant. So we can just look at an equation, if it's multiplicative, and find that constant of proportionality pretty easily there. So here we're learning shortcuts to figure these things out as well. All right, so now we're going to try another one. So we're going to plug in -3 for x. So -3 minus 2 is going to get us -5. So our y value for that is -5. And then these become pretty easy as we go. So -1 minus 2 is -3. 1 minus 2 is -1. And 3 minus 2 is 1. So what we're going to do now is graph our points. So we've got -3, -5, -1, -3, 1, comma, -1. Oh, whoops, I messed up my other point. I went to -2. I thought something was wrong when I looked at that, so let's try that again. -1, -3, that's looking more like it. 1, comma, -1, there we go, now it's looking better. And 3, comma, 1. All right, so we're going to draw our straight line through. Oh, straighten it out for me, look at that. Now, is it additive or multiplicative? Well, does it go through the origin? No, it looks like this guy is a couple down from the origin, right? So this is going to be additive. And since it is an additive relationship, they can never be proportional. So this is non-proportional. And if it is non-proportional, it will not have a constant of proportionality. Alrighty, so we had two examples, one for multiplicative, one for additive. So pretty easy day today. So from here we are going to head to our independent practice. So we got to do all of these things for our independent practice. There's another PDF in the assignment portion as well. So numbers 1 and 2 will be on our notes page here, so don't forget about these. As always, when you're doing your assignment, make sure you get these done with it. And as always, if you have any questions or concerns, you getting stuck, feel free to email me or send me a message on Canvas and I will reply as quick as I can. No IXL today either, so just make sure you get today's assignment done. And then if you're behind, make sure you are completing all the other work as well. We got the end of the quarter coming up, so we want to make sure that we've got everything in before grades need to go into the grade book. All right, thank you. Have a great day, and